I'm always on the lookout for new and interesting tactical shooters. This one I'm going to be talking about is sounding incredible, and I think it could be an awesome game. Let's dive into it. Burning Lands is running on the Unreal Engine 4 and is going to be a tactical first-person shooter set in the Vietnam War, which is slated for sometime 2021. What really interests me is that they're categorising this title as an accessible tactical simulation game, which strikes the balance between realism and accessibility. That to me is great news. I like my tactical games, but I think they suffer massively from accessibility issues, which is why many of these new tactical shooters don't attract a big enough player base. Many new players want to play these games but get overwhelmed when they jump in. That's why we see so many leave and not come back after a Steam sale. I think Insurgency Sandstorm is a great example of accessibility, but is also rooted in being tactical and hardcore. The two main factions within the base version of Burning Lands will be the People's Army of Vietnam and the United States. Players will get to fight on smaller maps ranging from 4 kilometers squared all the way up to 32 kilometers squared, which, to put into perspective, the Battle of Fallujah that was added to Squad is 19 kilometers squared, and that is enormous. So we could see maps nearly double that. You will see densely packed jungles with areas to hide and ambush the enemy to more urban environments. I hope this game has lots of urban maps because for me, it offers the most interesting and varied combat if done correctly. I think this game is really going to need a large player count, which the developers have said they are aiming for as many players per server as possible. Could this mean more than 100 players on a single server? That could be insane, but I think it will be needed if they want to make these maps this size. There will also be a wide array of weapons within the game, such as the M60 machine gun, the flamethrower and the Mosin. On screen right now I have screenshots of the weapons we do have images of. On top of this, there is also a role system where you will likely see a medic class, recon, an engineer, etc. So these weapons are going to be tied to a class. They're also planning on having drivable boats, maybe larger sea vessels as well, tanks, helicopters, jets that you can drop napalm. That's sounding really cool. Now, I love the Vietnam DLC for Bad Company 2 and Rising Storm 2, so this is sounding like the dream sort of game. I cannot wait to see what they are doing with this. Hopefully we don't have to wait too long for a beta, which in my opinion could release sometime this year, depending on how far in development they are. But I would love to see them get as much feedback on this as possible because this sounds very ambitious and I would hate to see this game get bogged down with bugs and frame rate issues. There will also be destruction planned for this game, like driving through fences and smaller objects. I know with games like Hell Let Loose and games like Squad, issues with driving through very small objects can be very annoying. I know with Hell Let Loose they have kind of solved that with the fences that you just kind of go through, but especially with games like Squad, there's so many things that you can get stuck on. So with this game, hopefully it's going to solve that. But if they could implement, say, large-scale destruction like tearing down buildings, that could add another layer to the experience. But I understand that keeping the networking solid is a priority. The game will have commanders, squad leaders and fire teams that all communicate in a similar way to the game Squad. We all have to work together using our abilities to shift the tide of the battle. There's also a logistics system where you will no doubt have to manage both ammunition and building materials. Overall, from seeing the current screenshots we have and information, it looks and sounds promising. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. You've got jets that can fly over and drop napalm, tanks roaming around, choppers flying around that can pick people up, take them to the battle. I believe that choppers can also drop ammunition and logistics. You've got infantry fighting on the ground. It sounds like all-out warfare. To me, as a Battlefield and Squad player, this is music to my ears. So I would say keep your eyes out for this game. It's got the developers from Squad and Postscriptum, so these guys know what they're doing. They're a small team of only 20, but I believe they can create something very exciting. Keep your eyes out for this game and just support these guys in whatever way you can. I'm not sure if they'll be starting a Kickstarter soon, so look out for that. They've also got a Discord server. I'll link that in the description if you want to go join that. But Burning Lands, this is a game to look out for. It's so great to see all these tactical shooters popping up. We've got things like Beyond the Wire. We've got Squad, which is getting better and better. The Battle of Fallujah, updates like that. But Burning Lands, a Vietnam tactical game that's going to be accessible to more and more people. That's exciting, and I really hope that this game flourishes and has a very stable player base. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and until next time, have a good one.